Hello, everybody. I didn't set up this mess of a sideboard. Today we're doing something a little bit, I guess not that much different. We're still playing Aether Vials, but been talking with Ibarra, for those of you that know him, and this is his latest mad genius creation. I don't know what to call it. I don't think he knows what to call it. I was just calling it Vialblade. What a fucking pile. Yeah, it is certainly a work of art. This deck is a hot mess, but also it looks really sweet. And he's apparently like 5-0, 10-0'd with it or something, so we're gonna jam it. We're gonna figure out how it feels. There's just so many weird numbers that like I, as a really bad deck builder, like I can't build decks from the ground up. I could never get to these numbers of cards. There's just like 1 Ponder, 1 Fluster, 2 Pierce, 2 Snare. Like the Singleton Flicker Wisp. Like this mana base. This mana base does feel a little bit like prone to getting wastelanded to death. Like Blood Moon, Back to Basics, Wasteland seem a little bit strong against you. But like I don't know if you could fit in more basics with your like Council's Judgment, Flicker Wisp, Palace Jailer, True Name deck. But I don't know. There's like Snapcasters and Lavinias and just... this deck is a mess. And I love it. It's beautiful. It is truly a work of art. Dear God, double Jailer main deck. Well, Jailer's a lot less risky because you just have True Name Nemesis in your deck. So like against like Blue-White Stoneblade, the quote-unquote mirror, I guess. It's just like, okay, you get Monarchy. They hit you with the True Name. They get Monarchy. You hit them with the True Name. You get Monarchy. It's just like a Howling Mine for both sides. And then obviously if they don't have True Name, then you just crush their face in. So like it's easier to take back Monarchy when you have this unkillable threat. Oh god, we got the bad art True Name? Shit. This was actually a bitch to borrow from Mana Traders. I have a 300 tick limit, and I only own 2 surgicals, so like this one surgical was like $50, and then like these True Names like $40 a piece. I like barely made it to the threshold. This is a fucking Magic deck, right? This is a goddamn delight. So we're gonna jam it. It's gonna be a disaster. The meme on this, one of the many memes on the channel is how bad I am at casting cantrips, but we're only playing 5 at least. We're just playing 4 Brainstorms and a Ponder. Still can't believe I blanked on us being at the same tournament the other day. Oh, I didn't even, to be perfectly honest, I didn't even associate your Twitch name here with you on Twitter until just now. I had no idea you two were the same person. But yeah, this deck is a mess. We're gonna jam it through a league. Why not? Speaking of that, I saw your post the other day. The judge call post all the time. God. Oh, okay, the other post. The post where I was like, "You guys are cool. I love streaming, and I'm glad you're all here to. I'm glad you all enjoy hanging out and watching the stream." There's a form for reporting calls like that, by the way. Oh, I should probably fill that out or something. That judge call was super miserable. I'm gonna be like tilted about it until the end of time. Also, if the audio sounds a little bit weird, my mic, here's the end of the cord of my microphone, where the cat has chewed through it. Here's which side's the other side here? Oh, I don't know which. I don't want to unplug the webcam on accident. I don't know which one of the plugs it is, but I don't need to join this. Let me grab this real quick. We'll look into that later. Appreciate it. Would love to submit some judge feedback. Probably the longest watching period in your chat these days. I'm really appreciative of being able to experience again my love when I haven't had the time to play in well over 3 years. I appreciate you always coming and hanging out. I do remember, I think All the Time is one of the only viewers that All the Time and Chylith might be the only viewers I remember from, like, I streamed in, like, fall to winter 2017. I took, like, a 3-month hiatus because I, like, moved to St. Louis and when my life was really busy and shit. It's like, didn't do anything. Do I keep these hands? I guess I keep this, right? This hand's fine. We'll be fine. Island Vile Go. We're just merfolk. Don't worry about it. Watery Grave. Alright, so Death Shadow. I feel like I don't want to plow this Delver. I appreciate it all the time. That means a huge amount to me. That is awesome to hear. Maybe I just like Wasteland as Watery Grave. How do I feel about that? Pretty decent. Also, thanks for the 12-month. Oh, yeah, didn't we go over this? Oh, your 12-month. You got the 1-year badge at least. But didn't we go over this like last week all the time? Didn't this already happen? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stamp out this Wasteland because I have Violent play. Like if I were on the draw, I definitely would not be doing this. Didn't we go through this 12-month nonsense last week or something? Yeah, last week, because last week was the fucking dead guy else stream. Flips off him. Nice. We can't get him at least. Oh man, I hope my opponent has no lands. Oh, I'm just getting my hopes up. So we get Thoughtseize here, it's a little bit awkward. Because, like, we want this Plow to deal with a threat. Oh, I'm just pondering, sweet. Probably just gonna go Strand Go, they're a Wasteland deck. And we do want to hit our land drops, even though we're probably gonna be leaning on this Aether Vial to play around, like, Dazes and stuff, rather than, like, casting Recruiters or whatever. Ooh. We might be getting hemmed. We're probably getting hemmed, so I probably don't actually want to play out this Aether Vial. I probably just want to leave it in my hand as fodder, and probably just plow the Delver in response to a Hymn to Turok next turn. The Death and Taxes player in me wants to play this Aether Vial, but honestly, like, it's probably not the play, even if I was on Death and Taxes. I probably have to plow this now, though. Because I'm going to plow this, I just don't want to take an extra 3 damage. Oh yeah, they have Pierce in their deck. Yeah, I could just have, like, plowed on my turn for no reason, since I was 100% going to plow. Yeah, you're right. Faux show. Kind of why I decided halfway through my opponent's turn there. Alright, definitely going to hit these two. Alright, well, at least we have Palace Jailer still. Would like to have a Recruiter of the Guard, though. Ooh, that's a pretty good draw. Too bad we can't ambush Viper or anything with this True Nemesis, but that's that's a really sick interaction. We're probably just gonna, like, put in True Name, untap, put in Jailer, eat their thing. And just, like, run away with this game. What you got, opponent? Interesting. Alright, I think we gotta discard this Jailer now, which is really sad. But at least we can, like, clear the Lily in 2 hits, since we'll knock it down to 1 and it won't be able to edict my True Name. Leave this Vial in 3, we only have one other 4 in the deck, so... Well, goodbye, Flusterstorm. What did my opponent discard? A Death Shadow. Interesting. Do I just fluster this? Like, my opponent's definitely going to take up this Liliana. And just make my opponent pay 2 extra mana? Probably, right? And now I get F6 value. Arkin, thanks for the host. Jeez, welcome. Welcome to all of Arkin's viewers. We are playing some nonsense today. Not quite Death and Taxes as we're usually known for. But, we are playing some blue-white Vialblade. Still not sure what to call it. But it is a deck. Anyway, is Cardboard Live working? Because this is definitely a deck that, like, people need to, be able to see with their own eyes. Blue Dude Cider. Do I just, like, play out these lands? I guess. No point in getting them, like, hemmed away or anything. So someone was... Oh, yeah, I literally copied his list, Arkin. Because this list looks sweet as hell. We're in game 1, match 1, so I don't know how much we are winning quite yet. I guess I'm supposed to just attack my opponent's face. I don't have that many Death Shadows. Or, I mean, they have 3 more in the deck, but... Treat him also just like Brick Walls, Death Shadow. If they do have one. And if they don't, we're just in a racing position anyway. And not quite there, Batter Skull. Get him. Shows me a Dismember. Interesting. Harry Nyquist, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Modest opinion, Jailer would have been better than TNN drawing cards OP. Do you actually think that, like, discarding the TNN and getting the... There's no way that's right? Yeah, exactly. Then we lose to, like, they have anything. They can just Edict away. Yeah, this is my one concern about attacking them. Just top deck Plow. Top deck. I guess they have Dismember up, so Plow wouldn't, like, super punish them or anything. I guess we gotta kind of, like, fire off this main... Alright, we drew the Brainstorm. We gotta find the double Plow Arkin. I guess I just fire off this Brainstorm. Huh, this is a hand. Doesn't want Plow to do it. No, they have a Dismember in their hand, so they could, like, Dismember their own thing in response to the Plow. Recruiter's nice. Yeah, I'll take 3 spells for sure. We can't use any... We can't use Batterskull or Jailer, so I'll put Batterskull on top and then Jailer after. Recruit a Flower. Oh, no, yeah, we might shuffle, so maybe we actually want to put back Lavinia, and we're probably volleying in this Recruiter this turn. Because this Lavinia seems like shit. I forgot. Recruiter the Guards a shuffle effect for our Brainstorm. That's a combo. We do have a Flicker Wisp. We could also just grab a... We could recruit another True Name. We could recruit a Stoneforge Mystic. We got a lot of options here. I think I like Stoneforge playing around Daze. My opponent hasn't fired off, like, has had no chance to daze me this game. So I'd like finding Stoneforge to go around Daze. Do you believe in Daze? I always believe in Daze. My opponent always has the Daze. The next turn we take the Vial up to 4. We have Jailer. They probably like dismember my Stoneforge, but then we can like cast the GT or whatever. I have the fear. Man, Brainstorm and Recruit of the Guard is in fact a combo. Grab a Stoneforge Mystic. They could also just have like Force, but like all my lines besides the Violin a thing and like don't play it and get punished by Force, right? And we know they have Dismember as one of the cards, so they'd have to have Force plus blue card. And this is why we treated a 2-drop. Oh no, do they have double Daze? Oh, wow. We got. We got. We're not dead here, right? If they dismember my thing, they can take 6. So we're almost dead. That's actually horrifying. Oh, is that lethal? Is that Street Wraith lethal? That's 8. I think that Street Wraith might have actually been lethal. Dismember the Recruiter attack. Yeah. Wow, rude. Oh, please let me block. Oh, thank God, we're alive. Opponent just decided not to kill us. And we can actually win now, too. I mean, can we win? We're still in a pretty bad spot here, right? They're at 7. Oh, never mind. So they have a Dismember in hand that we need to play around. Wait. So if we... How do we efficiently play around this Dismember? We just, like, Jailer the Insect Elaboration? Dismember doesn't Fizzle Plow anymore. Yeah, but it does keep their other Death Shadow alive, right? Because it makes their first Death Shadow smaller. We could just, like, play Jailer and see if they dismember my Jailer and try to kill me. Just Jailer the Delver pass. Leave up this Plow. We know their hand is, like, Grave Dismember question mark. I feel like they're pretty baited into, dismembering my Palace Jailer to try to take Monarchy back here. And then we just get them. Oh man, now we have Plow, Snap, Plow! Busted! God, this deck is so good. Thoughtseize. Oh, that's rude. Remember that time we were dead on board? Opponent did literally hand us the game, yes. I guess I could've, like... Oh, okay, they just concede. I was about to say, I guess I could've, like, Snap Flustered that Thoughtseize, actually, or something, but then now that we, like... oh, yeah, we just win by, like, casting Plow, and we have Snap Plow and stuff. Alright. Yeah, remember that time where our opponent literally had lethal on board and then they didn't kill us? That was a good time. So how do we board for this matchup? What sucks, what doesn't suck? I feel like Lavinia sucks, right? This card doesn't do anything. This card stops, like, turn 1 and 2 dismembers. I feel like Spell Snare kind of, they're probably boarding in like Bitter Blossom and stuff. Spell Snare is also like much better on the draw. Cards that I maybe want, these? Saw it on Twitter, it looks sweet. Yeah, this deck looks sweet. I am into this deck. I am like very much into this deck. I don't know if like Flusterstorm the card you actually want. I'm so bad at boarding blue cards like just at all. Like how many deck like you just board in Flusterstorm against like all these fucking decks? It's good against like Himdacharok and shit. I feel like I definitely want this Judgment. What sucks? Yeah, these Lavinias are terrible. So like one Fluster in at least. Just call it a day. Do I want Jaces? Is this a matchup where I want Jace? I feel like no, because they're like a super efficient, aggressive, like Delver deck. Whereas the fact that they like you do want sort of like an endgame grind potential through like Bitter Blossoms and Lilianas and stuff, I think you kind of achieve that with stuff like Palace Jailer already. And I think we can maybe just submit like this. Board a Needle for Liliana. Yeah. We could maybe do that. I don't know. We'll submit. Man, this hand seems pretty good against Delver, right? Or against Death Shadow. Can't cast this Council's Judgment quite yet, but, seems pretty solid. What's the stack all the way down here now? Thought sees me. Do it. Actually, no, it's kind of bad for me, because they're probably going to take the Judgment and then, like, turn 2 Bitter Blossom me or whatever. Or, like, turn 3 Lily me and just crush me into the dirt. I'm probably just going to have to wasteland this Watery Grave. I hope you lose to Thoughtseize Surgical. I did briefly consider, what if they just Surgical me? I was like, there's no way. But I guess there is some way, because you're the one who got, your Ponder Surgical. What was your board on? Like, Blue-White Stoneblade? So just lead with, Island here. Hold up Pierce for, like... I kept a 4 Ponder hand the other day. I was quite scared. We could have just Wasteland instead of holding up Pierce. Maybe that's correct. But kind of like sniping. Like a... I probably don't Pierce this. I want... Because we don't have an answer like Bitter Blossom or Liliana right now. I think that's what we want this Pierce for. Did I just Wasteland their Watery Grave? They shuffled and then played Wasteland and said go. I'm gonna kill this Watery Grave. Nice, we did it. Should have just Wastelanded last turn. But it didn't matter. Fortunately, now we also want a clock. I'm just giving my opponent infinity time to draw out of this. I don't think it's worth flashing in this Snapcaster Mage for no value. It probably is worth casting this Brainstorm, though. Oh, this is a lot of not threats. Don't really want to get this Tundra in the face of this Wasteland. So we can shuffle away the Tundra and, like, a Plow? Shuffle away the Sword? Sword doesn't really do anything right now. Maybe I should have even boarded out Sword. Because our deck doesn't have this many creatures to, like, abuse it. Let's shove away the Sword. I just need to actually remember to fetch before I draw my card. Okay, they just concede. They're done. We did it. We've won our first match with this masterpiece. Let me check if Cardboard Live's actually like updated and stuff. 100% win rate. Yep, time to retire now. Deck is officially unbeatable. This deck is a fucking hot mess for those of you that... No, I didn't close this. For those of you that haven't seen it, this deck is a work of art. I imagine these forces only come in against, like, against the combo decks, and, like, maybe some of the decks, like Miracles, where you, like, really need to force key cards. I want to see his combo get locked out by Lavinia, and life will be complete. Yeah, I want Lavinia to be good at least once today. That'll be nice. I feel like these are the hands that even Brainstorm can't save, right? This is a hand that I feel like Patrick would tell me to keep. There's no way I'm keeping this hand, though. Yeah, 100% mulligan. Yeah, that's what I think. As a non-experienced Brainstormer, I feel like Patrick would still tell me to keep this, but I think I'm definitely going to ship it. Oh, man. Sans gas. I'll also mulligan my Brainstormer. I don't decide. I get shipped Brainstorms from a card hoarder. Do I want this? Do I want this in the blind? This card does, like, nothing in some matchups, but it is, like, a 2-drop for the curve. For the Vial curve. What was the hand? It was, like, 6 lands Brainstorm. We gotta keep it for the memes. Probably going, like, Wasteland Vial. Or if they're, like, a combo deck, we might just go Tundra and plan on trying to, like, Brainstorm into the second land to slam. Let's keep popping up down there. Combo 1, 2. Oh, the issue is that, like, at our current rate, we're not playing. I guess I should lead with the Tundra, though, just in case we find another. Source to just cast the Lavinia next turn. Especially because this doesn't look like a Wasteland deck. What do people think if you see Tundra Aether Vial? You think, like, slivers, right? Sure. We got our backup Vial. Oof. That's a rough one. We can hope this this second Vial doesn't get blind flipped here. The hand was trash. Alright, that's good. Definitely felt like a hand that you'd just be like, Brainstorm solves all your problems, and then you'd be fine. Don't do me like this. Fuck. Alright, we're dead. Blind flips are maybe the worst feeling in, like, all of Magic. Correct. That's my life. We have to expect a blind flip on the CNC1 first Miracles. Yeah, but it's like, what, under 50% chance, right? Blind flip ones don't count. What did they do this time? They chose not to shuffle. Blind flips versus him to Turok. I have much better blind flip luck than I do him to Turok luck, but I guess that's also because everyone boards out counterbalance against me when I'm playing Death and Taxes. So I feel like there's a 100% chance my opponent has a 1 on the top. Miracles players bathe in the blood of the innocent. Makes it more like 80. I don't doubt you, to be perfectly honest. I feel like slamming this Lavinia does jack shit. I also feel like we're just fucking dead as fuck. How are we ever winning this game? Brainstorming Yeah, like cast Flicker. I guess they only have 3 cards in hand, right? It's like just fetch planes, cast Flicker Wisp, hope. Flicker 3/1 beatdowns. I'm gonna have to fetch planes too because of the threat of back to basics. And before they just like floated a 3. Alright, nice. Gonna untap my Tundra. Could have saved Flicker Wisp for like when we hit 4 mana, so we could flicker out the counterbalance and like get off one of these brainstorms. My time and dignity are worth more than attempting to squeak out a win. They're like not like killing me here. They're color screwed currently. They did shuffle on that ponder, so there's an opening. Oh man, opening time. We drew our one of Council's Judgment. Let's go! No blind flip 3s! They could also, like, brainstorm in response here and get me, but... Yes! No forces! Damn it! I didn't call no spell pierces, to be fair. And now they also have Plow. Oh, they have Plow, but they can't cast it yet. Yeah, they're drawing a white card. Alright, come on, Flicker Wisp. It is beat down o'clock. It's probably time to also just, like, cast this Lavinia and just try to get there. With my shitty aggro plan. At some point I should try to fire a Brainstorm into the void as well. Wow, force. Rude. But I'm just countering all my shit. That's not nice. Also, they have Scalding Tarn, so we're just dead. I mean, he has a Brainstorm right now, at least. But we're also just super dead, because now they just have white mana. We can't shuffle, so put Wasteland back. Wait, no, hang on. No, don't put Wasteland back. They have a Scalding Tarn, which means they need to fetch a Tundra. Yeah, beating the counterbalance is the tough part. So what are we... Yeah. Oh, no, we are putting Wasteland back because we already have Wasteland in play. Duh. They can't fetch up planes with the Scalding Tarn. Yeah. So I'll put Wasteland Brainstorm back and probably shuffle away the second Wasteland here. Recruiter for Jailer is not nothing and hard to counterbalance. Beatdowns. Yep. Goodbye. So do we want to fetch another basic here? Probably. Our one of Council Judgment's already down. Although, we could also combine the fetch with the Brainstorm. We don't know what's on the top of their deck. But we also have, like, nothing to shuffle away, so... I guess we can just tap the Tundra, it's probably fine. Yeah, we're wasting the Tundra for sure. We can do that whenever, though. I guess if I get back to basics and I haven't fetched a basic, then I can't cast Jailer next turn. I could also, like, grab True Name. I don't like testing with Brainstorm. It's a 3. 3s are really hard for them to hit. And the Brainstorm, like, I guess can convert into a better card, but we have, like, nothing to shuffle away with it. Just a question of do I want to shuffle or do I think I'm going to tap into a back to basics. What kind of cat is that? Which cat was it? I assume it was the naked one, in which case it's a Sphinx cat. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a Sphinx cat. Spell Pierce. Nice. It's good for them to draw here. Let's grab Palace Jailer. Hope we don't get back to basics, just our last card in hand. Ooh, GT. I guess I should have fetched if I was just gonna slam Jailer next turn, right? There's no reason for me to wait here, because I was 100% just gonna windmill slam this Jailer into play. Well, there's white mana again. But they don't have, like, a plow that we know of. We just know there's a Spell Pierce in their hand. Well, maybe I wanted to actually play and equip GT there. Oh man, they're flooding out. We're gonna get them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got lethal if they don't have anything. Could fire off this brainstorm right now since we're in the clear, but ooh, the Spell Pierce. Are they like Council's Judgmenting me? Oh no, they conceded. Yes, we did it! They can't fetch double white, right? Because we've killed the other Tundra. The last card in their hand might have been Council's Judgment, which we actually couldn't have Spell Pierced. Yeah, we won that game. Cool. Should have scooped. Should have scooped for pride. Alright, how the fuck are we boarding in this matchup? Alright, well, these cards seem good. Is this a matchup where I want Force of Wills? Just to fight my opponent's, like, busted cards? Like, we have a pretty rough time against back to basics and stuff. We're already boarding in so many cards. What are we cutting? Just, like, all my plows? Probably cut, like, the GT. How many blue cards do we even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Huh. I guess that's why they're in the sideboard. Just because you don't really have a lot of blue cards, we're boarding in like 4 of them. True Name kind of mopey. Yeah, I can see like shaving a True Name, but we're definitely like a little light on just kill conditions. It's like, don't know if this is a force matchup. Snare seems okay, because it counters like AKs and snaps. Can this deck afford to board out like a wasteland? I have no idea. Cut GTA TNNs and bring in 2 plows. Leaving some plows? Yeah, I'm never sure how much you want to fight like the mentor angle, especially with like blue decks that have access to other stuff, but what would you pitch to force? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like counting up the blue cards earlier. It's because this deck feels like you only want Force of Will like exactly in the combo matchups. This doesn't feel like a deck that you can afford to like board and force to hit try haymakers, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just like don't know how Force of Will works. Cut all the True Names? Seems weird. I don't know if I like that. I almost want to cut this Wasteland. Can we play with 20 lands? Probably, right? Shave a Wasteland. Maybe that's incorrect. Never. Maybe I'm a coward. We'll go with Cubs fans' suggestion, and we'll reassess for Game 3. Maybe on the draw we'll board out a Wasteland. I'm impressed by how many war spoilers are at least discussable for Legacy. I'm also disappointed in some people's standards. Yeah, it is. It does seem like the biggest legacy impact set since like RTR, right? We've already had like at least 3 cards. They're like, oh, this could be a thing. And there's like Edict, which is like, oh, this just goes into Grixis control. The back of my mind wants the if the Karn is real, because we haven't seen the actual Karn, right? I'm assuming that the leaks were real, just based on the fact that the leaks came before the Teferi, and the Teferi was 100% correct. I'm ready to lose games literally because I let War resolve. What cards are we talking about? They leaked like 14 Planeswalkers onto Reddit, and other than the other, we're talking about the other ones that got spoiled today as well, I assume. Sand seems okay. Be really weird if they weren't, yeah. Agree. I think I want to Wasteland into this vial. I don't know if I want to fetch a Tundra to, like, have to cast some of these creatures, or fetch an island. The classic. Guess we could have also, like, fetched a colored source to try to, like, cast Lavinia next turn. But we can always just, like, cast Stoneforge. But I'm not even sure I want to, like, fetch a Tundra, cast Stoneforge. Oh, wait, this is just a Squire. We boarded out the GT. This just straight up does nothing. I mean, we can draw Brainstorm. Make the Stoneforge do something again, but... So I definitely don't want to run out the Stoneforge on 2. Cards are good for Legacy. Oh, yeah. Got you. I think people were talking about, like, the Edict, Teferi, and, like, Karn. Like, maybe a couple others. So now we can fetch a basic. Sad I didn't fetch basic island, so I can fetch basic planes here and just cast Lavinia, but could also just like go land go, which we'll probably end up doing. Mitigate seems aight. Yeah, it seems neat. I don't think it'll be very good. Ooh, that's wastelandable. Wow, that's rude. So I guess I'm just gonna play out my Lavinia here. OP confirmed jerk. Yeah, exactly. I'm not disrespecting Back to Basics. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Back to Basics. Could also just like play the Stoneforge here to like get in these threats. I feel like my opponent just like doesn't give a shit about this Lavinia. It's just so plowable. Speaking of, goodbye. So one to draw a Brainstorm would be nice. It feels like that's always the thing that blue decks want to draw, though, is Brainstorm, right? What's up, Blue Nil? Plowbite saves Stoneforge. Oh, that's true. I think I just have to run out the Stoneforge. Like we obviously don't have anything for Snap, so I think I just need to play the Squire and just get my shit online. That or just cast Sword of Fire and Ice, but I don't really like that much. I'm gonna play a fucking Squire. Please counter this opponent. Please force a will this. Damn it. They always have the Snap for the Disenchant. That's true. But that's why we got 2 artifacts. That's why we drew all of our equipment. Miracles of Stoneblade. Oh, we're playing against Miracles. Wait, do we know? Yeah, they counterbalance me game 1. I briefly had a crisis because I didn't see a Terminus, but then I realized counterbalance is also a Miracles card. Hey. I feel like they probably wanted to fetch before putting this Mentor on the stack. I don't have any other planes, right? I feel like I also should have fetched in response to the Mentor, but okay. Deal. Now we get a Batter School or a Sword. This doesn't really do anything yet. I think I just want Batter Skull here. Opponent could be like holding up Snap Disenchant or just like another Plow or something. I don't want to waste a bunch of mana putting in the Sword and then equipping the Stoneforge and just getting wrecked. So I think I just want to like make a threat. We can just hold up, put in Sword for next turn. Just attack them for 4 here. What's this? Jace? Yeah, I can't do anything about that. No pierces or anything in the yard. Yeah, all we have is a Plow. Kill the Germ. Yeah, Kill the Germ makes me feel like there's a Plow in my opponent's hand. Otherwise, they just get severe. I guess they don't know about the Sword. Do we just go for it? Could just Judgment the Jace, too. God, the upside is very high. If we just equip the Stoneforge and just fucking bash, the upside is so high. They've cast 1 Plow this game. They didn't know I had the Sword in hand, to be fair. Play Swords Plowshares, no one? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I'm really feeling like we're just jamming. Let's fucking jam. Let's go. This isn't a coward stream. Not coward stream confirmed. So we got another Squire. We can play this Lavinia if we want. Do I want to? Bad against Back to Basics. Good against Terminus on exactly this turn. I kind of just like having another thing in play. I'll just make a thing. Why not? They didn't set up the Terminus. Yeah, they didn't set up a Terminus last turn, so like there's no reason to be fair. It could be a blind Terminus, but that would be exactly the only thing. Yeah, they unsummoned the Batter Skull. They didn't. Council's Judgment time? Yep. Probably voting for this Sword. I would imagine. Voting for the Batter Skull? In what world is this right? I'll also vote for Batter Skull. Aren't you about to take like 900 damage? And we get to Wasteland this Tundra? Do I tag with Lavinia here? Yeah, probably. If they have a snap, like, it's better than them snap disenchanting. Oh, now we have this Flusterstorm. So we have Flusterstorm, snap Flusterstorm up, and they're just, like, are dead. Is this what blue cards feel like? Yeah, blue cards are fucked up. Just Flusterstorming, like, literally anything here. Any Flusterstormable card. Opponent did do this to themselves. They could have voted for the sword, and they just straight up didn't for no reason. Snapcaster resolves. Target disenchant. Just gets flustered. And then we have lethal with the Stoneforge. We also just have lethal when the Snapcaster resolves, even if, like, this Disenchant resolves. We just Snapcaster, we have 5 power in play, we Judgment the Snapcaster and attack for lethal. This Flusterstorm art's pretty cool. I kind of dig this, honestly. My opponent is disconnected. Come back, opponent. How's the Vialblade life? We're about to be 2-0. We're about to 2-0-4-0 with it. This deck is actually, like, really, really fun. I don't know what sets it apart from just, like, normal Stoneblade. Is it literally just, like, getting to play Aether Vial in this deck? It's got Meddling Mage in there. Does it? Is that the Meddling Mage? I mean, he's got the brown robe thing. Oh, opponent's back. So even if they, like, fluster my Flusterstorm, we just snap Fluster, and then we have, like, multiple lines of lethal. There we go. We did it. We won. I don't know why opponent didn't just vote for the sword. That would have been a much better spot if they didn't just like, wow, this Batterskull with no germ token is just the concern here. I'd have to like actually look up the art of Meddling Mage and look at them both. Meddling Mage. No, I don't want the Alara Reborn Meddling Mage. Yeah. Get this good shit. Sword only gives +2, Batterskull gives +4/+4. Yeah, seems obvious. This is Flusterstorm. Does he have the same? Is that the? Does he have a necklace thing on this? Oh god, I need to like blow up this art like 9 million times to see if he has that little pendant. Wait, oh, I found a blown up art. Also, my next match started. Oh, hey, Lou. No. Goodbye. See you in a bit. This is the old TIL. Blue cards are good. Yeah, blue cards are great. So this hand seems pretty decent against Death and Taxes. Also, just like in general, seems okay. Unfair advantage, deck list. I mean, if I could just like pull up his top 4 deck list. It's probably something similar, right? Wow. Death and Tax players always have the turn 1 file. Is that how it feels? How rude. There's a lot of wastelands. We probably just want to like get up to the Stoneforge Mystic. Make sure to tell him how lucky it is. Wait, I got you. I love it when people tell me how lucky I am when I play Vial turn 1. Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, I think we're just going Plains Pass. You go like Strain to pass, but I don't think it matters too much. I guess, it does, because they could just port me next turn. Oops. I was definitely supposed to play Strand. Man, I should know how to play against Death and Taxes. Last round, my Miracle's opponent said I had Vial turn 1, turn 2 Vial after they forced the first. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I should have played Strand first. He's just gonna port me. Nothing's gonna come. Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, this is dumb. Could have actually, like, played a Stoneforge on turn 2. Except I'm an idiot. Now do I Wasteland this Rashadan port, or do I just, like, play this Flood Strand? Why did no one respond to bars? Sing and show what's the play with a Wasteland to send a message? Look at this scrub not knowing how to play around port. Yeah, the port that was just, like, in play, too. I just feel like a total idiot. I was literally sitting there, do I play the Plains or the Flood Strand? Playing the Plains. There's no reason not to play around Plains. My opponent just has a tapped Rashadan port in play. Not used to playing in this side with, like, the side with, like, fetch lands and shit. We just need to, like, draw True Nemesis, and then there's no way we can lose, right? That's how this works? This feels a little bit late to the party. The awkward thing is we need to fetch a Tundra. I guess it's not that awkward, because we have this other Tundra if he, like, Wastelands us. Man, this would be going a lot better if I had, like, had a Stoneforge in play last turn. Like, not an idiot. We got Thalia, we got Stoneforge of your own. Revoker. Yeah, sure. That's beatable. Do have to play around the Vial on 3, though. I think I would have preferred Waste plus Vial. I think the Vial's a little bit slow to get online right now. Yeah, Wastelanding my Tundras, whatever. If I get ported, I can just put in the GT this turn. Left the Vial on 2, interesting. I think I'm just gonna put in the, Actually, I guess I could just Wasteland the port. I don't know why he ported the Wasteland here. Kinda weird. More Wastelands, huh? Do only have one more blue source. Because I'm bad and don't know how to fetch. Or, because I'm bad and I didn't play my fetch land on turn 1. Do I put in this GT? We don't have an answer for the Revoker yet. I guess we have this Wisp, which is, like, not really an answer. Could also just play Vial. We're just playing Vial here. With Vial on 2, yeah. And then didn't do anything with it. Because it means he just doesn't have any creatures then? If he had a 3, he would have picked it up, and he didn't have a 2 there, so... Guess there's just nothing. What's in his hand, then? Removal? More lands? Batterskull? More Vials. Let's make second Revoker or something. Yeah, that could make some sense. I think I'm just gonna play out the second Vial. Say go. I'm gonna put in this GT now. On end step. Or in response to, like, a Vial activation or whatever. Oof, triple waste. Triple waste against the monocolor deck, not great. We could, like, Wasteland's Crocus. I don't think it's right. Wasted no jailer. I feel like he would have been taking up the Vial if he had a jailer, is the thing. Especially with his aggressive use of, like, mana denial. Question is, do I want to activate Stoneforge in response to the Aether Vial? I guess I kind of do. I don't think there's a reason not to. I haven't seen Rich play. Yeah, I saw Rich Shea was also going to play Barra's list. You should try it, Arkin. It's actually a lot of fun, especially because you play a lot of Blue-White Blade. Ooh. He does get to, like, GTA meat. Oh, no. He can't GTA me. He has, like, Sword me. That's a reason to not tap the Stoneforge here. Yeah, land, play equip, Sword to revoke or bash me. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not great. Take the battle up to 3, notably. We have Wisp, we have GTA, we still have this Brainstorm, which I assume we can eventually find. I believe we're dead. I don't think we're very close to dead at all. We have a Brainstorm in our hand. We can never lose. Not until we cast it, at least. So, like, just Chandra Brainstorm. See where it goes. Kind of just want to, like, dig for Plow specifically, it seems like. Like, True Name would be pretty good. Lavinia, less so, for sure. Stoneforge is pretty good here, though. I'm gonna put back Tundra plus Lavinia, I think, and just use Stoneforge to shuffle away the Lavinia. Do I wasteland this Caracas now? Probably not. Yeah, maybe, actually. Wasteland this Caracas. I don't think we need colorless lands as badly as my opponent does. Maybe we do because we want to, like, be equipping GTA nonsense, but... Waste the Tundra, that's fine. We have Scalding Tarn. It's like flickers my Violon too. That might actually be a little obnoxious. It's an interesting swap. He just doesn't want to attack the Revoker into something. So that's fine. We take another hit. What am I Stoneforging for? Am I Stoneforging for Sword of Fire and Ice? That's why I didn't want to Wasteland? No, I would have only have one creature in play. Do I just want Batterskull? I might just want Batterskull here, honestly. It's really bad against a Flicker Wisp, though. I guess we have our own Flicker Wisp to reset our Batterskull. I don't think Sword is quite what I want here. Could be bad if he, like, kills the Stoneforge right now, though. Yeah. So we take these up. Snap Brainstorm. We have another Mystic, though. Get our last equipment. We have thing for Batterskull. We can even flicker the Sword if we want to. God, there's so many things we could be doing. It's crazy. I don't like Snap Brainstorming, because we don't... I guess we could, like, Violent our own Mystic on our upkeep as a shuffle effect. If I have this, you just give up on D&T. I would definitely play this deck more. I think I might just, like... This deck has been very interesting. I might just play this deck more anyway. This is Flicker with Snap. Maximum combo. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. We need to stop this sword from connecting next turn, which probably means that we have to flicker it. What's in the yard? All we have is a Brainstorm. That's the only thing we can snap. This is the blue-white Vialblade. Yeah, this is the blue-white blue-white Vialblade deck, Potentia. If we channel my Blade knowledge into your D&T Vial knowledge, we can beat all the Siths. Yeah, I'm not good with the blue cards half of this deck. I'm pretty good with, like, these ones and, like, most of these cards in play. Just ignore the Tarn and the Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm just passing here, though. I don't think I like Violent Snap Brainstorm. I also, like, shouldn't burn down my clock, because this matchup's probably going to take a long time. Unless we get dumpstered. I think we just need to use this Flicker Wisp to stall. And then Stoneforge Mystic. You're not even good at the fetch land part of it. Yeah, I made that very apparent on turn 1 of this game. That's why I left Scalding Tarn out of the equation. It's with the Snapcaster Mage. I'm not good at fetches. I'm good at basic planes, wastelands, and Aether Vials. And Flicker Wisp. I'm good at that. Alright, so what am I doing here? Just vialing and wisping the sword and then, like, using Stoneforge to just bounce Stoneforges? We just, like, can't let the sword keep connecting. Just so bad for us. Could have also, like, flickered our own Stoneforge. Oh, no, that doesn't matter, because we already have all of our equipment. At least now it'll take him an extra, like, 2 mana next turn to equip. Let's grab our own sword. I wasn't doing anything with the mana. Maybe I should have done that at sorcery speed. Just lost a power playing this list on Storm. Feels bad, man. Yeah, this deck seems like it has a little bit of a rough Storm matchup going for it. That's why it has stuff like Lavinia and a pile of, like, Forces and Flusterstorms and stuff. What does he grab here? Jite, yeah. Jite makes sense, because if he doesn't grab Jite, and if I use my sword to, like, kill the Revoker, then I'm just, like, super favored. So now, at least, if I answer his Revoker, it's scary. We'll leave these vials on 2 and 3. He probably could take going up to 4, but we're only trying to, like, Recruiter or Jailer for that. Maybe I do want them on 3. No, we want them on 2 because we have the snap that we might need to use. So 2 and 3 is probably best. So now we can snap Brainstorm and have this fetch open. Or we can just jam with this. But I don't like jamming sword into 3 cards in an Aether Vial here. So if I just play out this land, we'll be able to, like, snap Brainstorm, and we can still, like, put in Batterskull or something if we want. Like, Batterskull currently trumps the board, so we'll put in Batterskull and see what happens after that, I suppose. Does that mean attacking with this Wisp? No, I want to be able to block another Wisp. If he does have a Wisp, what do we do? How are we blocking this 3-4? We just have to chump it with the Wisp. It's really gross. I guess we could snap Brainstorm, try to find, like, a plow. If he has a Wisp, he can't block it anyway. Yeah, but he has to flicker my Wisp if he wants for me not to block it, right? And if he flickers my Wisp, that just gives me more value. I like flicker out his Revoker for a turn, equip my GT or whatever, get some nonsense going. Thalia. Do I snap Brainstorm in response to this? No. Snap Brainstorm. I guess I'm taking too long on all these decisions. I don't think I do. Not even sure I want to cast this Brainstorm yet. Go to Thalia, interesting. So now we can put in our sword and try to get him, right? Two cards left in hand. More lands. So this is stuff we can actually, like, fetch away if we need to. What am I even pinging? I have to ping, like, a Stoneforge, right? I can't ping this Revoker because he has a GT. I need to, like, stop tanking this much. We only have 14 minutes, this is still game 1. So I think I'm just going to chump block Thalia with Stoneforge and put in the Batterskull on this attack here. Might need to finally snap Brainstorm here. Especially if he's just about to port me. Alright, I think we're going to snap Brainstorm. I guess we tap the blue. Violin Snap is so wrong. Equip Batterskull onto... Oh, we could have equipped Batterskull onto Wisp, I suppose. Yeah, I guess we could have. Ooh, this plow's nice. So you just put back these 2 lands and then fetch. I guess maybe I should have put back the other land, because... No, we can't. No, wait. Yeah, maybe I want to put back Ponder, keep the land, so I could, like, play land, plow the Revoker, and equip an attack, but I think we're fine anyway. I was supposed to take the block there. I guess we'll waste on this and pass. I guess, no, I can't play with Thalia now, because he can equip the Sword of the Revoker, which I guess is better for me, because then he'd have to attack with it. But now, like, we're playing into getting Wisped. I might have wanted to actually shoot this Revoker. I wasn't sure, and I wanted to, like, stop tanking on things, because we have 12 minutes left in this game 1. Just plow those. Don't play around things, yeah. I mean, I think this game is mostly over. But I think plowing on my turn is probably better than plowing there. Like, ever so slightly. Oh, we could have, like, recruited Palace Jailer there, but whatever. I think this game's over anyway. He could have, like, something on the Vial here. Yeah, I wonder what it would be, though. We could also recruit a Snapcaster Mage and plow something if we want. What's he gonna have? Flicker? The Sword. Sure. We could recruit... Do we want to recruit and plow here? Probably. Actually, probably not. Just recruiting Jailer and casting it. Brainstorm for a dude to Vial in. We have plenty of dudes to Vial in. I think I'm just gonna Palace Jailer post-combat. Especially if he just, like, blocks with Flicker Wisp and the game just ends, right? Being able to recruit stuff like Snappy is a pretty neat draw. Yeah, it's like a pretty neat interaction. It's like recruiting for a spell, almost. It's a little bit mana intensive if you don't have, like, a bunch of vials, though. But we're also, like, down to fucking 12 minutes on the clock. Oh, wow, he just had all planes in hand. Because that was the answer to that question 900 turns ago of, what does he have in hand? It was just a million planes. What did Jace in this matchup? So he snap cut these Lavinias. Yeah, we're still playing 2 recruiters. I guess, like, what I cover, Jace? This deck seems... I guess, wait, hang on. Hang on, all this counter magic down here. This shit all sucks. Yeah. I guess spell snare is actually okay. We'll keep it. We can leave in spell snares. You have some bad blue spell. Yeah, we figured it out. Wait, are we boarding in force? I feel like we don't have nearly enough blue cards, especially because we cut all the other cantrips, right? Or not like other cantrips, we cut all the other, like, spell pierces and flusters and Lavinias and stuff. We have, like, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have, like, 15 blue cards. Force is better than Snare, really? Said to me, you've never cast a blue card in Legacy, and yet you are putting Brainstorm in your Aether Vial deck. Yeah, it was a weird sequencing of events, just... I couldn't resist. There was Aether Vials, and it was from the D&T god himself. Snare a Cataclysm. Is he boarding a Cataclysm against me? We're also an Aether Vial deck, so it's, like, not that good. We cut all our vials and bring in our Containment Priest. Get him. Unbeatable. Like, I feel like I have no idea what the... we could, like, bring in 3 forces and cut the 2 snares, but that seems terrible. That just seems awful. Do I ever want to do that? You are 59 card. Yeah, we have to bring in some... I think 2 force, 1 snare. Alright, sure. We'll go the Patrick patented method of blue cards. Cut snare and leave it. Yeah, forces for like haymakers is maybe okay. Fuck it, we'll just submit like that. Blue cards are hard. We've been struggling casting like every blue card in this deck besides True Name, and just like all the white cards just super easy. Wow, these are the hands that you always super lose. But we have this we have like force for their Vial. We can play out our Vial. Never punished in my life. Wow, no Vial? How am I supposed to force the Vial if there's no Vial? We just have to fetch Basic Island here. There's, like, no way I can fetch anything else. Am I just, like, forcing any relevant... Like, I have to force, like, a Thalia or something. I probably have to just force this, don't I? On my 1-lander. We like brainstorm into a second land and then like just plow it though? Yeah, I kind of like forcing it though. Don't force it. I don't have time for this deliberating in chat. We got 10 minutes on the clock. All right. I'll listen to. I'll believe in the brainstorm. I just always feel like my brainstorms are always gonna brick because I can't cast them, and I'm a coward. These brainstorms will literally always brick. We're gonna cast this brainstorm, we're gonna find no lands, immediately lose this game. Alright, well, that probably qualifies as immediately losing this game. We found a land. It is pretty heinous. We're just super dead now, right? So you're pwned anyway? No, we'd have a Vial online. We had to look at all those creatures that we had. We had so many creatures to Vial in. I'm just gonna force will this. The snap? No, we have in the top 3 cards of our deck. As this Vial ticks up, we have, and we could brainstorm into like the Flicker Wisp and the Recruiter. Yeah, I probably should scoop and just go to game 3. Maybe you shouldn't trust me with greedy brainstorms. Yeah, scoop for clock. That's accurate. We got 10 minutes for game 3. Could have probably Ambush Viper the Revoker. We might play around it, but let's reassess. Forces seemed like very minimal. Yeah, it wasn't greedy, but it did happen to fuck us over. But I do think it was like probably statistically fine. It's just like my innate sense of never being able to cast a brainstorm just makes me feel like all of my brainstorms are always going to brick. Like someone can probably run the numbers and be like, yeah, it was probably going to hit a white source and we would have been completely fine. But and Spellsnare probably gets worse on the draw, right? Or on the play. You just hold it up on turn 2, I guess, but I would love to play first. Why do we have a Cavernous Holes in this deck? Jesus, is this hand even keepable? We have 2 brainstorms, but like we have to fetch the only blue source. That's how greed actually works, by the way. What, the Cavern of Souls being in our deck? Yeah, fuck. Oh, yeah, I don't think the Cavern's like great in this deck. This deck's mana base is already like kind of ambitious. Put an also mulligan to 6. We'll be fine. We got like 21 lands in this deck, right? Do I have to... No, there's no way I top this. Just go land, go, and then we brainstorm and then brick and then die. We'll be fine. We even have Pithy Needle for their turn 1 Aether Vial. Oh man, this Pithy Needle gonna be so good. I swear to God, if this Brainstorm breaks, I'm never casting a Brainstorm again. God damn it! Fuck Brainstorm, I hate this card. Justice. It just doesn't matter what I put back. Because we're just... I'll play it out a little bit. Maybe you just suck. If Luanil's actually, like, Mana Screwed or something here, this Pithy Needle might actually be able to, like, just stall us, but if he just goes, like, plain Stoneforge, we're just fucked. Yeah. Don't put back the other... But, yeah, I wasn't thinking about actually holding up this force. I was too busy being, tilted to think about holding up force. I don't think I wanted to force the GT anyway, though. I think I just need to force, like, any creature here. Wow, yep, definitely forcing that one. Did we bring in force in this matchup? Yeah, we had like 59 cards in our deck, and I wasn't really sure what the last one should be. Force, not great, but... Brainstorm is such a fucking terrible Magic card. I hope we draw Aether Vial. We scryed an Aether Vial at the bottom. Oh no, then we fetched. Let's Flicker Wisp the Needle, put in another 3, just like murder me. Flicker Wisp the Plains. We might not have another 3. Whoops. No, I meant the concede button, the other one. God, Brainstorm, worst Magic card. Fuck Brainstorm. I'm out. I'm back to Death and Taxes. I'm off this deck. Brainstorm, unplayable. Okay, Luna will come back in the chat in a second. Look, it's a 4-mana Brainstorm. Should have kept the first hand. Or the first hand was like almost as bad, right? It had like a Brainstorm that I have to cast without fetch land. It just like has a Cavern of Souls as the second thing, and like there wasn't a lot of castables in it. Whose fault is it? You can't draw lands. Wow, chat shitting on me for Brainstorm just being the worst Magic card in the world. Vial was a kid draw. Game 3. God, Brainstorm just sucks, Luanil. We just had like a 1-land Brainstorm hand both times and just didn't get there. Brainstorm unplayable. We are sadly not 5-0ing here, Bara. Oh god, this hand sucks balls. Wow, this hand also sucks. This mana base seems like ambitious. There are like a lot of like very color intensive cards. Like I might... Do I have to... There's no way I keep this hand, right? But then like on the other hand, I'm mulliganing to 5. Like this hand also has nothing. Maybe I'm just need to, like, not on my most recent list. I copied your 10-0 list. That's all I know. Carcass and Wasteland is good with Brainstorm. Hey, at least these cards can't betray me into, like, keeping cantrip hands and just getting fucked. No, this hand is maybe better. Justin Brickman, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Hey, second land. Look at that. Alright, we're getting somewhere. The only games we lost so far are the games where I kept one land Brainstorm and then we fucking died. Every hand of this deck just ranges from unkeepable to horribly mediocre. Hey, we were doing good for the first two matches. Do I leave a Pierce Snare, or do I just play Aether Vial? I feel like I want to leave up Pierce Snare if my opponent goes Foothills Go. What are they on? Like, not playing Aether Vial turn 1 feels weird. I guess our hand isn't really Aether Vial conducive. Could get Wastelanded, that'd be rough. How's this ridiculous deck turning out? It's doing pretty well. We're 2-1 with it so far. It is certainly crazy. Yeah, we're probably gonna get fucked here by this Wasteland. Well, what is the opponent doing? Just lands with land go, land go? Opponent playing around Stifle. Do I brainstorm? Oh, maybe I actually probably wanted to brainstorm end step, didn't I? I guess it didn't matter, right? Wow, brainstorms that actually draw me lands. What's it like? Do I just, like, shuffle away this Vial? This Vial seems like pretty shit. Our hand is just cantrips and counter spells. Shuffle away Vial, Plains, play Delta, go? Oh wait, we're not shuffling away one of these. I probably want the land more than I want the Vial, though. Put Vial in my blue-white spells deck. You can't Vial in Spell Snare. That's for sure. Alright, this land... I assume it was lands. Probably just have, like, Pierce Life from the Lums, which is just terrible. Could also snare it, but I like piercing it now. Piercing means we can't like pierce like a 1-drop if they have one, but I don't think I can pierce a 1-drop anyway if they just like make a land drop. Alright, so we don't actually have any more basic planes to fetch with our deck with this Windswept Beast, so we want to... Might have wanted to save Pierce for rotation. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, like, nail anything with a Pierce, right? They just, like, play a land. So this Windswept fetches exclusively a Tundra. Which means I kind of... I guess we can just... What is this Flood Trend fetching then? The other island, because we're playing a So Wasteland deck? Will this league be labeled comedy when posted to YouTube? We'll see. Brainstorm the planes back in your deck and fetch it with heat. That's accurate. See, this is the thinking that Brainstorm players have. We can just Brainstorm, shuffle away the bad thing, fetch back the... Although we probably won't want to be actually casting Spell Snare, so whoops. Maybe we actually didn't want to do that. Although I could also just not Brainstorm, so we'll see, I guess. Yeah, but if I vote twice with this list, or like with this deck, not necessarily this list. So the problem is that this deck has almost no inevitability for the lands matchup here. Today, no, I think he played it. He 5-0'd yesterday with it, I want to say, and then today again. Brainstorm now, just the option to do it. Yeah, definitely. It made sense. Like I agreed with you, and then I was like, okay, I played the Windstone Teeth here, and then I realized, but wait, I probably want to just brainstorm and then crack Flooded Strand for Island, and then Spell Snare the thing. Makes a lot more sense that way. No, getting back low is interesting. No, we don't have Pierce for this exploration. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I thought about snaring instead of piercing last turn. But there's definitely like it's debatable for both sides here. But immediately, like a bunch of pierceable spells. I guess we could brainstorm for the other pierce, right? I might want to do that in response to exploration. And we still just look like a blade deck. Whoa, those are cards. Put back this plains. Yeah, I realize. There's like one card that hits the exploration, right? It's the other pierce. Do I want... I probably don't want this plow. We're not, like, beating a Merit Lage. I would unironically really like playing goblins. I probably would, honestly. Kind of like the snare. Like, snare just, like, time walks alone, right? Is more or less the plan with this card. Next turn, we're just gonna, like, Stoneforge Mystic, leave up snare. Discards a P-Fire. Plays stage. Ooh, alright, well, pretty hard to beat. Do gotta remember to fetch. Although, do I want the plow now? Maybe I want this plow. Kind of want this plow now. Now they dredge it. Sure. I'm just going to activate this turn, which is fine. They don't have to, like, plow and snare, though, and we actually can't put in the sword. Doing it right now. I might just fetch Tundra here. Or if they're... they can play 2 lands, never mind, so... No, they tapped the stage. Oh, they're picking up the second stage, sure. So... Probably just want the island here, because we don't want to get wastelanded. It's awkward if we find, like, a wasteland and can't cast this jailer. God damn it! Why do I even say anything? Ugh. I think I just want to, like, suit up the Stoneforge, though. Protect it from this P-Fire now. Just, like, activate it, put in the sword, and then equip it. Like, it's not exactly a winning line. They have a maze, too. Oh, we're just, like, super dead. They have a wasteland in there. No, they have a wasteland in their yard. They have yet to successfully loam for it, but... I assume they're going to loam it back in a second. So, probably just dead, because they're also just going to get back this maze, and they're just going to maze my Stoneforge forever. I guess we get Wasteland for it, but no, they're just going to, like, waste my waste, too. Yeah, life's hard. And we're probably dead. Feels like the lands matchup game 1 is pretty horrendous. It's like you want True Name plus Sword or whatever. They can't both play Maze and hold up Dark Depths activation, right? So they'll just play Maze, right? Wasteland me and then play Maze. What you want is cards currently not present. Yeah, we might just concede before showing them the Vial, since we just look like a Stoneblade deck right now. Yeah, we're just gonna concede. There's like no way we're actually winning. Yes, you are correct. This is Barrow's blue-white list. But yeah, we're super dead. This feels like a struggle of a game one for sure. I feel like none of our cards really do anything. Like, the only way you're gonna steal this is with, like, early True Name into, like, hitting them with a sword a bunch before they can, like, Dark Depths you. Posted my newest list of Twitters now. I'll have to check it out in a second. They more or less likely decide we'll have to see the Vial. That's also fair, I suppose. So I probably want these, and then, like, do I want some number of counterspells? Do I want Jaces? What sucks? Lavinia probably sucks, right? Does this do anything? Counters Mox Diamonds. Yeah, this card seems pretty bad. So we definitely want these. My experience as a D&T player, Batterskull and GTA have been like pretty medium, especially because our mana base is just under so much more duress. They just have like a bunch of wastelands, and we're a very wastelandable deck. I think our plan involves drawing a bunch of Snapcasters and Surgical Extraction. Do you want any Jaces? Is that crazy against Wasteland? Yeah, that's why I'm like unsure. Yeah, Force is important because like their like turn on explorations and stuff are like really insane. They're very hard to beat, so yeah, Jace seems like a chore to get to. Not even sure like Jailer's quite good enough. I guess Jailer's decent. Jailer's good because kill like tireless trackers. Jace is much better in a deck that has basic lands, is the issue, Patrick. Like, Jace is great in Miracles or whatever, but I'm not sure it's powerful in the deck that can, like, tries to limp into casting it after getting wastelanded a bunch. And we have Vials for Jailer, at least. I also agree. Seems Pierces and Flusters are probably the cuts. Although, oh, hang on. I didn't bring in any of these forces. Shit. Do I cut these snares? Maybe snares, like, not. Snares, like, a bad time walk. Because force is, like, probably slightly better here. It feels like so little blue cards every time I do this. Does anything else suck? We can, like, cut the Flicker Wisp for our force. Flicker Wisp is, like, pretty medium. Let's trim. That seems fine. Yeah, trim so far to bad equipment. That's what we managed to do in the split-second panic, as we sit and discuss sideboarding for way too long. Alright. So I feel like this is like not even Q's success right now is that utilizes Jailer TNM better than the other decks. Yeah, I could definitely agree to that. Jailer TNM was really nuts in our first match. It's like no way. I'm just gonna keep this hand. I'm just gonna fucking die like the other. This is why I hate this stupid brainstorm card. Is every time I keep this hand, there are 4 non-lands on the top of my deck, and I will never win. But we do have a second brainstorm to dig us out of the first brainstorm. But also, this hand just doesn't. Yeah, this hand doesn't even like have other stuff that we want. Right? This hand plays a game of Magic, but that's not what you want against lands. We want specifically like surgicals and stuff. And then Snap, and we have like brainstorms to dig for surgical. Yeah, I think we just would rather have a hand that. Okay. I did want surgical extraction. Stop talking bad to brainstorm, and it won't dick you now. I'm gonna keep talking shit to brainstorm, but yeah. Anyway, no, this is a 0-lander. I did say I wanted surgical extraction, but I don't want it this bad. Well, point do I just keep surgical on a 0-lander? Probably on that 6 more than this 5. Alright, we'll be fine. Top my Force of Will, so I have another blue card to pair with my first Force of Will. Is that the plan? Slam, turn 2, Stone Forge. We're just dead. Just bottom this, hope to draw like Surgical Extraction to do something. I do think the lands matchup is a little bit wobbly with this deck. What changed since the first 2 rounds? Is it because I was shit-talking the Brainstorm? Did I shit-talk Brainstorms in match 1 and 2? We barely ever cast them. Our Brainstorm in match 1 was good, right? We just like drew into pure gas. That 7 was fine. I don't know if fine is the right word. Crawl off the cantrip ladder. Yeah, I need to start with like Serum Visions and Ops. I also think we are pretty dead on our Mold of 4 here with no plans of winning this game. Aside from the rest of my opponent's hand is all lands that don't do anything. If he plays Wasteland, I'll probably just concede. Save everybody some time here with this mess. Not dead yet. Yeah, I'd probably also concede to Punishing Fire. That's fair. Alright, we got the Surgical. What am I even surgicaling here? Guess it kind of depends on how this game plays out. Maybe they don't have the Punishing Fire. I guess I wasn't supposed to play that land. On the off chance this somehow works. Like, if he P-Fires here, we could Surgical to P-Fire, but like... Ancient Grudge, that gets me. Wow, we couldn't have even forced it if we had drawn a blue card. Well, we're probably dead. Both teams tried hard. And Surgical the Ancient Grudge, save my next equipment. I like the Wasteland, Stage, and Surgical at downline. That's a way to maybe steal the game. I definitely don't love it. Is TN just a possible recipe in general? Kind of. They have like what? Drop of Honey and like Wasteland Tabernacle you is the ways that they clear a true name. Do I keep playing on my lands? I feel like Karakas is one that I could hold. Wait. Yeah, TNN is definitely your main plan of like winning these lands games. We got Surgical, Snap, Surgical. Oh yeah, play Karakas gives me Hardcast Force. That's actually not unreasonable. Kind of want to Wasteland this Thespian stage now. Opponent's running Mono Shatters or something. Opponent's hand is just like three Croson Grips and 2 more Ancient Grudge. But yeah, crop rotation makes sense. Oh no. My clock. Do I surgical this? And then do I wasteland the stage and then like surgical the punishing fire? No, because the Grove's not tapped. I'd have to wasteland the Grove. That's bad. Yeah, I'm not wastelanding anything. Just wondering like how the fuck I'm going to beat this. I guess plan A is my opponent tries to buy back this punishing fire right now. There's just like no way. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can copy a basic in response. Sure. Like Wasteland the Grove, then Surgical the Punishing Fire, but then we have nothing to snap Surgical, and they still have the whole ass Dark Depths combo. We can extract Grove if they somehow don't have stage up. Maybe we just waste and extract the Punishing Fire, right? And then the Grove doesn't do anything. Waste the Grove and extract the Punishing Fire. Did I keep playing these lands out? It's bad with Brainstorm. But playing this out lets me hold up Hardcast Force and leave up this Wasteland, but it's probably not relevant. Nothing UDB's rotation. Let me just like force the rotation, right? Around certain fetch. Gamble, huh? Am I supposed to force a will this? I feel like no. We currently can't really beat the Dark Ice combo very well, but is this force will getting any better? Do I just hard gas force on this? I guess. Pretty sure he... Yeah, I think I should force this. I agree. I guess we can grab another island here. I don't think I want to pitch the Snapcaster Mage. I think we'll just tap out. Snapcaster seems important. Now we have another fetch land. Surprised the opponent didn't take the time that I was tapped out there to like Thespian Stage a basic or something. Just to make it easier on them. They don't have to leave up Thespian Stage mana all the time. And then like I guess they still can't pick up the Grove, but or pick up the P-Fire. We have nothing to snap, right? I guess we could almost we could play our 7th land and snap Force of Will. Snap 5 mana cancel. Hey, we found something. Although there is an Ancient Grudge looming in the yard. We can try to play around it with the Batter Skull, right? As long as we like leave up 3 mana. No point in playing on this Tundra. Probably not. Some of my opponent's hand that they just have stopped making land drops with their exploration in play. That's fine. What are the other 6 cards in their hand? I think we can play this file. Weirdly lets us like leave up the Snapcaster Mage even easier later. I'm just gonna put in this Batter Skull, I guess. It's a weird fucking game. What did my opponent keep? Tracker. Oh, well, I can't beat that. Nope, definitely can't beat that. Town to top deck Source of Plowshares. If this deck can't beat Maze or Tracker, what can it beat? I mean, just we can't beat it on our, like, really clunky Mold-A-4 with no... So shields are down on this, Thespian stage. They gotta, like, rotate here still or something. Needle. Needle does, like, nothing. Could needle the stage, and then we don't even need to wasteland it, but I think we're just fucked to this Tracker, really. Yeah, if we like wasteland it and they rotate it in response, we like surgical the stage in response, and then all their stages are gone still. Then we're still like pretty far behind because this Tracker is just gonna fucking annihilate us. I'm gonna rotate one of their other lands into the stage, maybe. Needle Maze, Needle Stage. We can't even Needle Clue. I wish. Can't we keep bouncing Batter Skull? Wait, what? What are we talking about? I'm just talking about, like, dying to the Tracker, because it's just gonna draw them a bunch of cards, and we're, like, super far behind. Not that we're, like, literally can't beat this Tireless Tracker, because we could block it a bunch with a Batter Skull. What do I Surgical? Thespian Stage. Draw Step? I guess they can, like, rotate in response to my Surgical. Or are they trying to buy back the P-Fire? Time to Surgical, Snap Surgical. Opponent's what has my opponent been playing around out of curiosity? I am very confused on like what my opponent's plan has been this game. Just screenshot this real quick. What has my opponent been playing around? Oh no, they can Reb my Snapcaster. Oh no, we're just gonna move phases, never mind. Play around everything we can afford to, I suppose. Also, what are Rebs doing in my opponent's deck? Is that like a thing? Reb, Diamond, Loam, Croson Grip, Exploration. Also, they can just grip my Batter Skull, and like I can't pick it up in response to that. There's no... Probably can't even Surgical the stage because they have a Loam in hand, and that's already so bad for me. Oh no, but they have Reb, or they have Reb, so they can counter my Snap. So now we need to surgical the stage. Yeah, we could just move phases to play around rep snap. Because they bought back in, like, not my end step or whatever. I mean, go surgical this stage and just fucking die. Guess I should have been playing around chokes, tapping my Caracas or something more often. Vial. What is the vial? Oh, like, oh, we could just, like, vial it in. I didn't even think about that. Vial and Stampcaster. I think I don't think any of our decisions really matter. I think we're just, like, completely buried by this tracker. I mean, I'm gonna... do I even put in the batter? I can never play around the Crossing Grip, right? Slow thaw depths of this massive tracker. I mean, our only problem, this is a pretty big problem. Problem A is, like, the fact that we can never beat this tracker until we find True Name or Plow. I think I want this Batter Skull gripped. Since they know about it, they don't know about, like, the needle. Yeah. That's kind of my plan. That's why we put in the Batter Skull area, and we knew they had the grip. Yeah, we do have, like, Judgments and Plows and stuff in our deck, so we're not, like, stone dead. But we're mostly dead. I'm gonna cast Loam here. Makes sense. I'm gonna cast the other Exploration that they have. Why do they never put the other Exploration into play, even? Cheat and name clue. I'll try. Go Brainstorm. Oh no, they're just gonna blast it. Duh. But, like, there's no way this Brainstorm's not getting blasted at some point. Do we concede for life equity? I suppose that's a reason not to spew the skull. Wait, which reason? Oh, drawing Brainstorm and just, like, shuffling it away. They're playing Red Blast and land. Yeah, we surgical them and they just had a blast in their hand and I was very confused. Multiples. They even have the Reb Pyroblast split. Seems kind of unusual. I don't know what deck they're trying to beat. I guess it's, like, good against, like, Back to Basics, right? And if there are a bunch of, like, Blue-White Stoneblades and Miracles players floating around with Back to Basics, then, like, that's their plan. It's, like, a lot easier to hold up than, like, Croson Grip. So I could maybe buy it, actually. Maybe I've talked myself into it. Do we need to chump block this yet? Probably versus Sneak. Yeah, I guess it's also a Hail Mary versus Sneak, which is just otherwise fucking stone cold unwinnable. Of course, Grip is way better against the Force decks than Back to Basics. Yeah, I guess mana is not really a choke point when you're lands, but it does, like, a nice, like, double duty, right? Croson Grip's just, like, a lot more narrow in its job. Take this up to 3, I guess. I'm conceding for life equity. We have, like, a couple more draws, but, like, we're fucking dead. We've been dead since we mulled before. Like, is there no better... I guess there... Is there any better card for lands versus show and tell? If they're like, I really wanna improve my really bad show and tell matchup, what card can I put in the sideboard for it? Is the answer just like Reb? Bridge. Yeah. Have you tried not mulling before? I haven't yet. I guess I did actually try my other 3 matches. Yeah, I mean, everybody has a bad matchup. Everybody has that matchup where you're just like, please no. Hail Mary Ashen Riders. The old burn plan. I guess I keep this. Brainstorm, I believe in you. Better than Gilded Drake. Bloodstained Mire pass makes me... I mean, I guess I was going to leave up this Pierce regardless, but I'm definitely leaving up this Pierce now. God. I hope I don't have to answer the question, what Reanimator things do you counter? Do you counter the payoffs or... Moto, are you okay? Oh, there we go. Looking at you playing your fetches that only got out of the... I thought about it this time! I figured it out! I was like, wait, I probably need to fetch basic planes with this one, so if I want to leave up Pierce, we lead with the Misty Rainforest. My brain got there this time. Double Bloodstained Mire. This has to be like red-black, right? There's like no other double Bloodstained Mire deck in the format. I'm not gonna pierce that. Counter the Entomb looting usually. No, I can't pierce that Entomb, so it can resolve. Ah, fuck. Do I have to pierce this? I have to pierce this Darker, right? And hope to, like, find an answer for a reanimate spell? Like, I 100% have to pierce this Dark Crit? I can't brainstorm for anything because I don't have forces in my deck. I guess we can just fetch Tundras. Pierce and get baited by Reanimate. I mean, like, we have to get baited by Reanimate, right? Like, if the Dark Art resolves, they still just cast Reanimate and kill me. They have a 2-mana... So the Hail Mary is that they have 8 of their 12 spells. Yeah, exactly. Better, like, if regardless of how much bait this is, the Pierce is completely dead if this Dark Ritual resolves. Unless they just have, like, actual nothing, then it would truly be bait. But we're still pretty dead here. Because we can't, like... So we could try to brainstorm into one of our 2 spell snares, right? That's probably better odds than Stoneforging to beat a Grizzlebrand. We could also, like, plow it and hope there's, like, the fail rate of the deck. So we probably just have to go land go. Unmask. Oh, shit. Now we're just dead. What's the fail rate of this deck when it draws 14 instead of 7? Very low. Yeah, exactly. Very low. But, like, we have to pray, right? I guess we had the plow. Again, we are praying against all hope here. So we kind of force them to take the brainstorm if we leave it in our hand, right? Because we could be bluffing having a force wall on the top of our deck. Do I want them to take the brainstorm though? So assuming they're making a Grizzlebrand, we're probably completely dead and can never win. So we probably just put back like Mystic, Plow, draw the Plow, Plow it, play Mystic, move on with my life. Fetch cast Brainstorm so it's not bluffing anything. Oh yeah, that's true. It could. I mean, we like blind draw into the brainstorm at least, so they will almost certainly take the brainstorm because we also don't have anything else. F711, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, they take the brainstorm. And they zoom. So this is the matchup that we board in all of our Force of Wills and shit. Currently dying to Tithe Taker. Nice. Opponent with some cool swaps. Kind of dig these swaps, honestly. Dark Red, sure. I don't know why I'm not F6'd. I have nothing I can do, opponent. Go for it. Tide Spout. Zoom the Tide Spout. Sure. Unmask me. Targeting the Tundra, sure. Oh no, if we fetch, we shuffle away our plow. I mean, we're already super, super dead, so. Don't fear, we're cutting for the 10 sideboard cards. Yeah, it's probably just like all of our creatures, right? It's like win with a ham sandwich. I was supposed to fetch, because I have a Stonebridge on the top of my deck that I don't want to draw. So we want to find, like, exactly one of our other 3 plows. So I was supposed to, like, fetch for a land. Whoops. Not that it really matters, because we're so fucking dead. Harry Nyquist, thanks for the host. Equipment really bad against Tidespout Tyrant, as it turns out. Maybe they have 7. Yeah, maybe their hand is 7 lands. And, like, some more uncastable. Whatever they got here. I don't know why Telegram's open. Oops. Kill that. Yeah, I guess TNN's okay against it. That's fair. But also, we're never getting to 3 mana because they have a Tidespout Tyrant in play. Red Batterskull. As soon as they make this Chancellor, I'll just concede. Probably could have just conceded at the Grizzlebrand. You know, I enjoy playing out red-black. There is sometimes the games where they just, like, fumble and die after drawing 14 cards. Alright, yeah, well, we are dead to a Chancellor because we can just never cast a Plow. Looks like bounce my card every turn. I don't have any Lightning Bolts and Simian Spirit Guides to cast them through a Chancellor. Alrighty. So what are we boarding in? Like, everything? Wow, do we actually just, like, board in everything besides these Jaces? Needle is... probably worth it. Canonist might not be worth it. Let's assess after doing this. This feels like a matchup where I can cut the Aether Vials, right? Aether Vials is just like way too fucking slow and clunky and we're not really a creature deck. think I'm supposed to cut all these Aether Vials. Does Lavinia do anything? Lavinia beats their, like, one land hands. But doesn't do a whole lot. Because it turns off Lotus Petals. It's probably good enough. I mean, it's just, like, not, like, we're not keeping a hand based on Lavinia, but it's, like, nice supplementary hate. Does Nombo hard with the Surgical Extraction, though, so you gotta be careful of that. Lavinia only stops Petal and Unmask. Yeah, reverse Black-Red. I feel like we're just, like, cutting, like, the whole Stoneforge package or something, or, like, cutting the true names and shit. It's probably better than Judgment. Maybe. How does it Nombo hard? Because the second line attacks... Oh, it's only opponents. I didn't know that. I just assumed Lavinia was not universal. What's the word? Global? No. Symmetrical. There we go. Boarding like DNT and cut... Yeah, that was basically my plan. Was just board like Death and Taxes, cut all these terrible fucking cards. Yeah, symmetrical. Read the fucking card. Yeah, did not realize that Lavinia only affected opponents. I guess that's definitely not Nombo anymore. How are we finishing the game? How many more creatures can we afford to cut? Everyone misread Lavinia. Yeah, I had to read Lavinia like 17 times before I actually figured out its text, and apparently I still didn't know it. We probably cut like the Wisp. I guess Wisp might actually be better than like a true name. Wisp can like combo with you if you draw Surgical later. You can Wisp out the enchantment or whatever. Yeah, I guess cut a Wasteland. We'll cut like could cut like the Cavern. I guess Cavern's like kind of a colored source. Wasteland isn't. Tana pitches to Force. These are all true facts. Yeah, Stoneforges are fast clock. The issue is that like Stoneforges are really bad at every stage of the game where it's not, okay, I managed to stop them for their first 4 turns of the game or whatever. This hand does stuff against like Grizzlebrand. You go turn 1 Needle and we have like a plow for it, but like, and we could like, this hand's really awkward. I really don't like it. But like, what are we mulliganing for? Surgical? Surgical's already like dying to hand hate. At least this hand has like Needle for the Grizzlebrand, and then like if we get Thoughtseize, they have to take the plow and we can like ponder for second plow, or just like hit land drops and snap plow it. I honestly like don't hate this hand. I kind of want to keep this. I'm gonna keep this. Probably want to keep and be picky with the ponder. Yeah, I don't think I want to ponder on turn 1, right? Because like the Needle on Grizzlebrand is super important when they inevitably turn 1 me here. Grizzlebrand. Can't F6 because I have to pretend I'm a Force of Will deck. I guess I am a Force of Will deck post board. Sure. Sure. Iona. Can I beat Iona? We have 1 Caracas in the deck. Did you get Sire then? Did decks even like play Sire? Well, now you can F6. We have like 1 Caracas. We have Ponders. I guess this resolves. FY, this is why Jace. Could also be, this is why Vial, right? Vial Jailer is about as likely as Jace. It's 1 turn slower, though. And also, actually, I guess it needs to be on turn 1, though. You can find the Jace later. I don't think we have a lot of outs. No, we're not finding them by, This isn't fast enough, right? Container Priest turn 2. So we get hitting to we're getting hit to 13. We can Containment Priest. But then we're recruiting for the Flicker Wave. Oh no, we can't cast any of these because it's white. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Brain fart. Yeah, no, we can't do anything with the so we just any order shuffle this. But I also think that we can't. Oh no, we're trying to exactly Caracas, so we're just shuffling and trying to, and we're just gonna Snap Ponder trying to dig for the Caracas. Live in the Yard Archetype. Oh, that's pretty scary. Well, that was a Brainstorm. Maybe I was supposed to like keep my fetch around. Was I supposed to like not play the fetch? So if I keep the Brainstorm, we'll see 2 cards, right? Because we can't cast the Brainstorm until next turn. We'll see 2 cards, whereas if I shuffle, we'll also just see 2 cards. So it doesn't matter. I guess we have like Snap Brainstorm too, though. So Brainstorm, Snap Brainstorm is 3 cards, so yeah. Shuffling, snap. We can't Snap Plow because it's an Iona. Oh, Snap Ponder. No, we already Snap Pondered. I think we keep and we Snap Brainstorm, right? We just keep the Brainstorm. And that lets us see 3 cards by going Brainstorm, Snap Brainstorm next turn. If you Snap Brainstorm, we don't have ladder. No, we have 3 mana, right? We have exactly 1 turn to find it. Oh yeah, Storm Snap Brainstorm does cost 4 mana. My brain is dumb. But also, okay, yeah, never mind. None of my decisions mattered. They just get to exhume me. Cool. Do we find it though? This is the same amount of cards though, either way. Hey, we found Surgical Extraction. We did it. Interesting. These cats are going wild. I guess you guys will have cat cam for the end of the stream here. Weird. So I think most of my so that game was just like a mess because I have no idea how to play. Let me like scoot over to the actual cat cam. Just the camera. There we go. That last game was a mess because I'm very tired and also not experienced on like blue decks. Was like Iona didn't even cross my mind because like Iona's never really on my radar, which is weird to say when you're a mono white deck, but it's like way worse against Ethitaxes than it is against like Stoneblade-esque decks. Because you're not in on like I guess we were in on Vials, but definitely like not on my radar when I cut them, especially. And we're not in on a pile of Caracas and stuff. And then our loss was to lands, which feels like a really miserable game 1, and then game 2 we just mulled to 4 and died. Yeah, it's doing okay. Really weird noise. Anyway, what was our other loss? Oh, we lost to Brainstorm One-Landers and then fucking dying because I hate Brainstorm One-Landers, but chat was like, yeah, these hands are fine, and then we just fucking died twice. What is this deck? This deck looks like a hot mess. Jesus. I don't know how I feel about my Liliana of the Veil, Hymn to Turok, Plains Double Island 3 Wasteland deck. We were right, Mr. Results-oriented. Yeah, it's fine. Like, sometimes it just feels bad because I was like, I don't play Brainstorm decks that often, and then I'm sitting there being like, I don't know, I don't like one-landers because I don't like dying to my Brainstorms, and, like, we just fucking died to the Brainstorms. But obviously, like, obviously those hands are probably, like, pretty fine. Looking back on them, I'm too lazy to run the numbers, but I'm sure someone could and tell me, oh yeah, you like, short end of the stick. Should have probably found a land at least one of those 2 games and been in it, but you know, that's life. The others are just like me being bad at casting the blue parts of this deck, and then us all getting into Oblivion. I wonder if that 7 was even keepable post-board against Reanimator. We should have shipped it. Obviously, hindsight's 2020 when my opponent just like turn 1 to me with no discard backup. Would have much rather tried to like find a surgical, but you know, you don't always know that that's their plan. But deck felt cool. I really enjoyed this, actually. I enjoyed this a lot more than, like, normal Blue-White Blade. If people were here during my Stoneblade stream. I'm back before one. No, we 2-3 darkened. We fucking, like, died a bunch. Because I was really bad. No, Thalia is so strange to me. Yeah, I feel like Thalia and Snapcaster, like, really can be in the same deck. Like, that's just not... This deck is definitely, like, stretching the bounds of, like, a creature deck with Snapcaster Mages and Aether Vials and stuff, but, like, Thalia in your Snapcaster Mage, Brainstorm, like, Spell Pierce, Spell Snare deck seems, like, loose. You must hate winning since you 5-0'd with that. It's just, like, not so outside of my playstyle. It's just, like, not... I don't know. Maybe it's just, like, Aether Vial existing in this deck? We didn't even have that many Aether Vial games, did we? It was, like, against Death Shadow and against Death and Taxes were, like, the only times where we actually had an Aether Vial in play. So we had, like, 2 games where these Aether Vials actually, like, mattered. But I don't know, just... I felt a lot more at home playing this, despite my best efforts at fucking it up. But, like, I did have a lot of vials against you that game 1. That was certainly sweet. Just, like, the Snapcaster Vial is, like, a weird, like, synergy, I guess? Just, like, gives your spell free flashback, and it's just, like, a lot of, like, weird, interesting things about this deck. But I think I just enjoyed it more than normal Blue-White Blade. Blue-White Blade just, like, took me a million years. We streamed till, like, 1 in the morning, trying to, like, fucking finish that league. I think this deck is fighting with itself. What does Barrow's current list look like? He said he tweeted it out. What nonsense is he on now? Let's pull over the... Let's grab this list here. So what's the difference here? We cut a Recruiter for a True Name. We added a 3rd Lavinia over the main deck Fluster, it looks like. Still have this Cavernous Souls in here. But we cut the Caracas? I feel like I want to cut the Cavern before I want to cut the Caracas. Maybe I'm wrong. More content for the viewers. So we got the Disenchant. I do like the Disenchant. Like, having even just like a 1 of Disenchant in your Snapcaster Mage deck seems like it goes a long way. Cutting the Cavern for the Caracas next. Like, yeah, I think... we actually, like, never put Cavern Missiles into play, but, like, every time I had it in opening hand, it just, like, felt really bad. We have back to... Oh, wait, I didn't even notice this. We just, like, have a shit ton of basics in this deck all of a sudden. I think that also feels a lot better. The mana base definitely had some ironing out to do. And other than that, seems fine. I don't know how I feel about this 1 of back to basics. What is it for? Is it for, like, the lands matchups? Because I guess that does make some sense. Because I do think that the lands matchup felt really bad, especially in the game 1. Yeah, lands and Eldrazi, like the mana decks. Makes sense. When you play, like you don't play back to basics to, like, just, like, shut people down. You play it because the specific land-based strategies that you want to be trying to pressure. Second basic planes feels good. Second basic, not having a second basic was kind of awkward in like some of the wasteland matchups. I think this mana base does look a little bit better. But yeah, I think I like most of those changes. I don't know. We obviously we only played one league, so like Lavinia seemed like it sucked, but because we played against a bunch of decks that Lavinia sucked against. But Lavinia seems like kind of narrow and doesn't do a lot. That's just my experience. But like you do want Storm hate. He did play against Miracles. I think this card is like kind of weak against, a little bit weak against Miracles. Turns off exactly Terminus if they don't plow it first. Yeah, propose a ban on the term greedy. Anyway, this deck was cool. We toy with it again as Ant, Blue White Delver, and Grixis control mouse 3 matches. Great and all. Wait, what was it good against in Blue White Delver or Grixis? What does it do besides like turn off Force? Trying to think of something like Grixis control. It's just Force of Will, right? The cat still. What are you doing? Do you guys see my dumbass cat here? What is she doing? What are you doing, you idiot? What? My cat is great, I agree. She is also very dumb. She's a dumb kitty. Based on yeah, I think Lavinia is here to prop up matchups rather than like any sort of like core of the deck or something. It's like a hate bear that doesn't like suck with the rest of your deck like Thalia would, because Lavinia doesn't like really turn off anything that's going on. And interacts with some opponents' game plans, namely like some of the combo decks of the format, which is probably generally a weaker matchup, as they are for like a lot of the Blade decks, because you lean hard on your counter spells. Lavinia's necessary. Yeah. That sounds about right. It's not great, but you have matchups where you really want it, and you don't really want like another card. Makes sense. God, if this thing just stopped just Omniscience. It does not shut down Omniscience Emrakul, which is obnoxious, but it does shut down Omniscience other stuff. Which has always been my beef about Lavinia, is that it's like not even like slam dunk hate against show and tell when they put in Omniscience. More passive hate for delve spells. Does this even work with delve spells? No, because it's all non-creature stuff. Yeah. Look in this. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I need to stop talking about this deck. Just go to bed. It's like okay against Red Stompy. What does this do against Red Stompy? So they can't like soul lands into their Chandras, soul lands Chromoxin. Counters Ornithopter. Counters Mox Diamond. Compost with Knowledge Pool. I'm glad chat on the ball about how good Lavinia is. Anyway, find someone to host. While my cat's just like freaking out in the background. Who's streaming right now? Romario's streaming. I haven't seen Romario streaming after me. Oh god, nope. That's no. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna turn the camera back over here now. Anyway, I haven't seen Romario streaming after me. Maybe I just like haven't been paying attention. But host Romario. He was usually on after me, and I always hosted him. He's playing. This is Red Green Cloud Post. It's a punching fire and an Ugin in his hand. Just wanted to finish my league quickly, and I managed to queue into lands. That's my life, man. Anyway, that's going to be it for our stream today. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope you had a good time with this hot mess. Started good, ended bad, but a lot of it was like me not knowing what the fuck I was doing. So I like this deck. Might mess with it more in the future as Bara, the mad genius himself, tweaks it, because I can't fucking tweak it because I'm very bad at analyzing what the deck's strengths and weaknesses are, other than like spewing whatever nonsense I was spewing now. Needs more shoulder cat next time. Yeah, she took her sweet time. Shoulder cat at the end of the stream. Better than no shoulder cat, I guess. But anyway, yeah, thanks everybody for, I'll try to tune in for one of Bara's streams. Unfortunately, like, the timings don't always work out. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. If you want to support the channel, as always, you can follow, subscribe, donate, yada yada. I do donation deck lists. You get a Sweet Thalia emote if you sub. A spicy card to test, oh boy. This video, along with all my other videos that I stream, go up on YouTube, links down below. Anyway, this goes for Mario. Say hi for me. Have a good night, or morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.